We are just about 24 hours away from kickoff. Beat Ohio State again. I'm going to give you some things I've just been observing, what to watch for over the last few days. Today's show is presented by Manscaped. Black Friday sale. Promo code GOBLUE. No spaces. GOBLUE. 25% off anything on Manscaped's site. Black Friday going all the way through Cyber Monday. Go check out their awesome products. Make great stocking stuffers and takes just the thought of shopping out of your mind this holiday season, because Michigan, Ohio State, game of the century, 24 hours-ish away, depending on when you're watching this, folks. There's some things I'm watching for, and some things that have been said this week that just didn't have time to put in or the right place to put in any of our different videos. But in my opinion, as the weeks and the days have built up, I've been talking to friends, I've been text messaging both sides of the aisle, and I think the level of hate between even the fan bases, the coaches, the players, we might see brawls in the field, is at an all-time high. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, by the way. We will have a post-game show. If we're feeling good, if Michigan's in a good groove in the second half, we might just flip the switch and be live for some parts of the second half, but I am way too anxious and way too, what's the word I'm looking for when you I don't know, jinx it, right? Too superstitious is the word I'm looking for, to go live during the entire game. So if a post-game show, maybe a post-game show live, or maybe go live in the third or fourth quarter. One request I have for you, if you're going to the game, don't go to ESPN's game day. That scumbag Pete Thamel, I know he's part of this. He'll be there. I'm not wishing violence on him, but I just know how people are. So Pete, you should probably get all kinds of security, maybe not even go to the game, but there's other organizations, Fox and Barstool and others have plenty of things to do pregame. You don't have to go out in the 30-degree, 35-degree weather and spend your time giving love and showing love to to ESPN for this Ohio State-Michigan game for their pregame show with all the just terrible and slanted reporting they have done against Michigan over the past 3, 4, even 5 weeks. Let's talk about this game and what to watch for. How about Ryan Day? So he's done 2 press conferences this week, and I just kind of went back to the transcripts and watched them both, kind of dissected both sides of both of Ryan Day's interviews. And from what I can see right now, Ryan Day is trying to play Mr. Nice Guy, right? Jim Harbaugh got asked on Monday if he respects Ohio State, if he respects their coaching staff, more importantly, and Harbaugh is basically just didn't even give an answer. He just says, yeah, it's a big rivalry game. We're getting prepared to play, getting the guys ready to play. We're going to be excited. Big atmosphere, big game, etc. Ryan Day is trying to play Mr. Nice Guy a little bit. So let's talk about this quote here. All right. Ryan Day jumps on. He says, I was taught that you respect the rivalry the way you respect the rivalry is to work at it every day, whether it's in the weight room, the game planning, talking to your players, periods at practice, periods in the preseason. I think Ryan Day might actually have his period during this game because he's kind of a soft little B, if you ask me. But Ryan Day is continuing to play nice guy. He's not saying anything bad about Jim Harbaugh, anything bad about the Connor Stalions situation or anything he thinks about the last 2 years. But he did, in a quote I'll show you just in a second, kind of flip-flop on it. When he just went a little bit past the line to show it's on his mind and he wants to use it as an excuse for the last 2 losses, and hell, maybe even this 3rd loss that's coming up here on Saturday for Ohio State against Michigan. But since it is Black Friday, I did want to tell you about Manscaped. I am chock full of Manscaped products in my bathroom at home, and that's because they're the best male grooming products in the game. 25% off site-wide starting today, going through Monday. Get stocking stuffers. They've got great products at Manscaped. I absolutely love the new Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. It's featuring a new cutting-edge design and next-generation dual skin-safe blade heads for different shaves. It's pretty much a spaceship to take your boys downstairs to the next level. They've got awesome products, though, outside of the Manscaped Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. They've got nail clippers. They've got Manscaped deodorant. I have got Manscaped shampoo and conditioner in my shower. Also, I've got the crop duster. I've got the Manscaped shaver, so I can go down to the skin if I want to, all over the body. That is why Manscaped's awesome. Hell, I was traveling for the Maryland last week. My buddy who I was staying in his house, like, this little baggie right here, the Manscaped toiletry bag is amazing. It's come with free with one of the orders I made. So get going on Manscaped. It makes an easy gift for a guy in your life, a dad, a brother, a son, ladies watching, a boyfriend, husband, things like that. Go get started with Manscaped. Use promo code GOBLUE, no spaces, GOBLUE at manscaped.com. 25% off site-wide, lasts from now until Cyber Monday, and free shipping, manscaped.com. Link is down in the comments and the description. Use that promo code GOBLUE. Let's talk more about Ryan Day. Mr. Nice Guy, Mr. Softy Pants, him. I don't know if you've seen that GIF, Brett, of Ryan Day wearing pink underwear. It's kind of funny. I wouldn't post that on the internet, but people out there are posting it. Let's take some more looks at his quotes here from his 2 press conferences. He says, "Not that it's easy, but the only thing that matters is this game, is this team is preparing. The rest of it doesn't matter." So that's what we have to do. We have got to be just stay disciplined enough to focus on that. When asked if this game is personal, because frankly, there's a lot of people out there in the Michigan football media and even a Michigan region who just wants to pin this entire thing on Ohio State. Now, I think if some of the things that are out there about Ohio State are true, it's kind of shady, but it still doesn't necessarily make me think if Michigan did anything wrong, it absolves them. So I get why Ryan Day could think it's personal, but I think what's more personal to him, it has to be more personal to him, is taking his kids out of school when he gets fired when Michigan drops 50 points on him with an interim head coach. That's what should be more personal for the man who is the head of maybe the softest team right now in all of the Big Ten. Let me get your score predictions of this one. Michigan, Ohio State, 24 hours to the game. Let me know what you guys are thinking. I'm going to pin this one right below the video, so reply to that one. Michigan, Ohio State, score predictions. Someone's going to nail it. My score prediction, folks, 42-24. You might say, James, you're crazy. No one's scoring that much in this game. You're probably right, but I've picked Michigan to score 42 points the last 2 years. Boom. Nailed it both times. I know they did 45 last year, but Michigan got the win. 42-24 is my score prediction. Go down and let me know yours. I want to put out a little challenge to Michigan fans, and I guess any of you Ohio State fans who are watching. Which fan base will comment more on this video is what I want to see, because we have probably got about 25 to 30% Ohio State comments over the last 3 or 4 weeks. It's a lot of the same stuff. Cheaters, Harbaugh this, Harbaugh that, cheese. So Michigan fans, don't let me down. It's really going to make my Friday night terrible, my Saturday night terrible when I go through the comments. I see all these Ohio State fans commenting. So let's make it Michigan fans who are commenting at like a 90% clip. The same amount of comments percentage Michigan fans hopefully will be in the stands coming up tomorrow at the Big House. Ryan Day, though, is such a weasel. He just can't help himself by deflecting. 2 years ago, it was the flu. And, last year, I don't know, there was too much sun in our eyes, whatever his excuses were. Oh, it was Connor Stalions. It's the only reason that Michigan beat us the last 2 years. Not the fact that his defensive coordinator, Jim Knowles, just called the wrong play every single time. Nevertheless, here's the comment that really irked me from Ryan Day. He says, "We've learned a lot about what's gone on the last 2 years." Michigan scoring 12 touchdowns, including 6 on the ground in 2021? Okay, no, that's not that. I don't think it does any good to comment on it right now. There'll be a time and a place for that. When you get a call with Tony Petitti and you whine and cry the entire time of the call to suspend Jim Harbaugh? What matters in this game is getting our guys prepared to go win it. That's Jim Harbaugh on the Michigan scandal. But wait a second. I'm sorry, Ryan Day. I almost said that's twice in 2 weeks I made a mistake on saying Jim Harbaugh out of context. Remember the whole Jim Harbaugh on the F word last week? Not the F word. But didn't Ohio State know about this last season? Because in all the hit piece articles that came out from ESPN and The Unathletic and Yahoo Sports and the failing Sports Illustrated, didn't one of them say something about the fact that Ohio State knew last year and was able to change their signs? So it can't be an excuse last year, can it? I will talk to you more about that in a second. But we will find out in a matter of hours, most likely, what uniforms Michigan will wear in this game. So I ask you, what's your preference? Is it the traditional uniforms with the blue tops, blue jerseys, and maize pants? Let's just hold off on any of the accessories, which I think do make a difference, or the all blues that they wore in 2021 to beat Ohio State again. Let me know down in the comments. You might get hit with the YouTube ad break here, so go down when this ad break plays from YouTube. Let me know traditional or all blues, and hell, make a case for why, which one is better. For me, though, I'm going to this one. I'm going with the all blues. If it worked in 2021, it's got to work here in 2023. Wear the all blues with the blue, I guess the white gloves make it easier to find, but the blue sleeves, the blue socks, the blue undershirts, blue laces on your shoes, blue shoes in general. Although I do think the fan base, and this hasn't really been talked about much at all this week, should wear maize. I think back to 1997. I think 2021. The maize pom-poms. Put one in every seat, Michigan. I'm expecting it. If you're going to the game, wear maize as well, because it drowns out some of the inevitable scarlet red that will be in the stands for Ohio State fans. So let's go back to this Ryan Day quote. So we've learned a lot about what's gone on in the last 2 years. Now, he's not alluding to the fact that he's turned what was maybe one of the most 2 or 3 powerful programs in all of college football over the last 50 years into one of the softest programs. Despite winning games, they are the Texas Tech of the Big Ten. It's all air raid. It's all that. Let's talk about this Yahoo Sports article from October 20th. And I quote in 2 little sections here. Ohio State staff members knew of the issue ahead of their game against the Wolverines last season. Oh, really? And the staff changed things up ahead of the game to combat the signal issue, one Ohio State support member told Yahoo Sports. And it was also the same Ohio State support member who told Yahoo Sports that they gave Michigan signals that they gleaned, from in the stadium, in the game that day, gave them to TCU. So no excuses from last year. You helped Michigan's opponents. I think that goes against sportsmanship if you ask me. So I'll stick on this one that Ryan Day is just such a weasel. And let's bring this back from 2021. If you guys recall, 2021, we started the boast on 2020. 2021, it was Coldridge Stroud because he's never won a game below 35 degrees. And we also coined this term, rename alert, Ohio Soft University. Ryan Day just comes across as a soft guy. He speaks softly. His teams play softly. And frankly, against Michigan, he has coached softly. 4th and 1, chance to put the game away, chance to get back in it, et cetera, et cetera. He's always punting. He never has the guts to go up for it. And I've called him soft now for 3 seasons. It's going to be in his face. I'm going to talk to some Ohio State guys. I'm going to make sure that Ryan Day sees this clip. So I'll ask you, Ryan, let's include this part of the clip. You're going to get on the microphone and yell at me at halftime if you guys have the lead, because it's not going to be after the game. I can assure you that. So when Jenny Taft runs up to you, you might be Ohio State might have a 17-14 lead. I doubt it. But if you did, is he going to grab the mic like he did Lou Holtz, an 86-year-old man? I'm not 86, Ryan Day. I'm not 86. You come at me, you better come a little stronger than yelling like you did an 86-year-old man in South Bend, Indiana. You tell James Yoder, this team isn't soft. These guys care. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens on Saturday, because I think Michigan is as motivated as they've ever been to win a game. Jim Harbaugh has been putting together the game plan for this team all week. Sharon Moore has been at his side. They have gone through everything from top to bottom. And Jim's even talked to him, from what I've heard, about how to handle head coaching, offensive play calling, right? Because Harbaugh was kind of the cool quasi-offensive coordinator for many of his first 5-6 seasons at Michigan, okay? More on this story here. Just thinking about Jim Harbaugh and Sharon Moore. The one thing that Sharon Moore will apparently have is a situational guide that him and Jim Harbaugh have been putting together over the last 3 weeks that I don't think Moore probably has the guts to make calls at some times. And that's from just what I would guess. I don't have any insight on this part, is that if the situational guide, it's like what Jim Harbaugh would typically do. 4th and 1 from the 39, up 3, 6 minutes left in the game. What do you do? Do you punt? Do you go for it? All that kind of stuff. That Sharon Moore, as a never-being head coach, would probably struggle to make the right decision, the winning decision, the aggressive decision that Jim Harbaugh, I think, at least over the last few seasons, has become known for. How about our guy Colin Cowherd, Fox Sports, one of the greatest to ever do it, and he's been all on the Michigan hype train. I think Cowherd tries to take the you zig, he'll zag, right? The national media wants to take shots at Harbaugh. Kyle Cowherd's going to defend Harbaugh. Some things he said in a 6 or 7 minute rant on his show a couple days ago. Jim Harbaugh is completely in Ohio State's head. That's a fact. Ohio State has gotten fancy, right? Just like I said, they are the Texas Tech, maybe even the Oklahoma, right, with Lincoln Riley. They're the USC of the Big Ten, and next year that will be, I guess, USC and Michigan, the Lincoln Riley. Lincoln Riley, Ryan Day, the same. Ryan Day is Lincoln Riley with better tradition in a lot of ways, right? And maybe Urban Meyer calling some of the plays still. Physical beats everything in this game. And he was talking about college football in general, but then he kind of alluded to this game alone. Whoever wins the running attack, whoever's offensive and defensive line meet at the crack of the snap and has an advantage are going to win this game. So Colin Cowherd, defending Michigan, thinks Michigan's going to win this game, as I do as well. I am expecting some fireworks in this game. I hope it's not between fans. So if you're a Michigan fan, be classy. Be respectful. Don't throw any cans or anything at Ohio State fans. Maybe boo them if you want to, but don't be complete jerks like, of course, Ohio State fans would always do to Michigan fans. But pregame, How are they going to keep him out of fighting pregame on the field, right? They separate him in the 50. Is there going to be a row of cops right there? I don't know. The tunnels going in and out, all that different stuff during the game, right? We saw a near fight in 2021 in the end zone when an Ohio State player, just a complete scumbag, ripped the helmet off a Michigan player. Michigan player surrounded that Ohio State player. Last year, G. Scott went and headbutted an Ohio State player, a Michigan player, I'm pretty sure it was Rod Moore. Should have got thrown out of the game. Hell, he should have got thrown out of the program because that was a massive momentum changer. Those things are going to happen on steroids in this one. And so I'm just I'm wondering, are there going to be fights, right? What's the over-under right now? Brett, over-under, if you were setting the line on, maybe not fights or punches are thrown, but where guys are getting together and have to be separated, set the line.
1.5.
1.5. I was going to say 3.5. Brett says 1.5. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, but you get one that happens, then it's all like,
that's true.
So 1.5 is the line.
Yeah, Ryan Day is certainly scared about it. We remember in 2021 halftime, very close game coming up the Michigan Stadium tunnel. There was nearly a brawl. Like the entire the teams on both sides, there's a ton of video out this, nearly came to a brawl at halftime. Ohio State cowered after that, ran into the locker room, and did nothing after halftime. Here's what Ryan Day said about it. He wants to protect his players. Folks have been talking to us for a couple weeks and putting some good plans together to make sure we focus on what matters, and that's getting on the field and playing football. Sounds pretty soft to me, Ryan. Ohio Soft University. It's coming out in these quotes, and I'll leave it at that. We're taking my shots there at the head coach of the Ohio Soft University Buckeyes. Let's take a look at my keys to just go win the game. I talked about some keys to the game, etc., but let's just talk about go win the game. 5 things I'm looking for from Michigan tomorrow in this game. How about J.J. McCarthy? He is a winner. I know he hasn't played in the postseason in his second season as starter, so this stat is a little slanted because if he wins the national title, it'll stay. But J.J. McCarthy, in the last 10 seasons, he is the highest winning percentage of any quarterback in college football that has started 20 games or more. J.J. McCarthy's a winner. He's never lost a game at home at Michigan Stadium as a quarterback, either starter or reserve. He's been the quarterback for the greatest run in Michigan football history of Big Ten wins straight, and he's about to win his 3rd straight Big Ten championship. How about Blake Corum, though? Gets his chance. Was injured and hobbled, had made a little bit of an impact in the 3rd quarter in 2021. No impact last year because of the injury in the Illinois game. Blake Corum gets his chance. I think he's going to do something like what Hassan Haskins did in 2021. Mike Sanderson's a leader. Who from Ohio State is going to get on that bench in the 4th quarter and tell his team what they need to do to go out and get a victory? I haven't seen it from Ohio State from a leadership perspective. I see a lot of NIL guys with talent that come together to take advantage of a, frankly, mediocre Big Ten. Mike Sanderson's a leader, and frankly, he's becoming one of my all-time greats. Probably he's my top 10 favorite players in the history of this program. How about Will Johnson? Give me Will Johnson on Marvin Harrison Jr. Bracket him if you have to, maybe one-on-one there, but just spy Marvin Harrison Jr. Make sure his side of the field doesn't allow him to go over the top and get a lucky touchdown for Ohio State. But I think he can cover him. I think in routes in between the 20s, sometimes you can have to let him have a catch here and there if you've got to put him one-on-one coverage. But nevertheless, give me Will Johnson over Marvin Harrison Jr. I think Will Johnson after next season is going to be Michigan's probably consensus 2nd best cornerback in the history of the school. Number 5, the Big House. Go crazy. The second you are in that stadium, the second things start get going, 15, 20 minutes before the game, give it everything you got. Scream at the top of your lungs. Stand, wave your damn pom-pom. Beat Ohio State again. Go win the game. Go win this game, and everything changes. All this narratives in the background, NCAA stuff, we're worried about that next year, but I think you win the game, you go to the college football playoff, you're playing for a national title, I believe, in Houston on January 8th. And Jim Harbaugh, maybe even J.J. McCarthy, are returning back to this program in 2024. So all together with me now, folks. There's the photo. The political campaign slogan that maybe has been more impactful than any in the 21st century. Beat Ohio State again. Comment it down below. Bosa. Give me some Bosas. As many Bosas as you can. All the effort you put in this comment section. Trust me. The players are going to see it. They're going to watch this Friday night. They're going to see it before they go to bed, and they're going to know what they're playing for. We'll be back Friday. We'll be back Saturday, tomorrow, after the game. Make sure you stick with us and subscribe to the Michigan Football Report. Till then, enjoy the game. Enjoy the Bosa. Go Blue.